Today we're going to talk about tips for your social media posts for creating the graphics. Well, first of all, colour. Let's talk about colour because this is huge. Consistency in your colour. Use your brand colours. Make sure that there's good contrast between your text and your background, but use your brand colours as much as possible so that when people are flicking through, it'll be so easy to spot you and it'll breed familiarity. People become accustomed to you. Using your brand colours in your post images is really great for building your brand. Same goes for your fonts. Generally, stick to 2 fonts in a post image, but if one of those fonts or both of those fonts can be your brand fonts, even better, because again, you're building that familiarity, strengthening your visual brand identity. So make sure that you're using your fonts and that the text is big enough to read. Don't get lured into writing everything you want to say in your post on that image. Pick out the key thing that your post is about and put that up there as a headline almost. So, if you can just use 2, 3 words, brilliant, but stick to a maximum of 3 to 5 lines of text if you have to put more text actually on the imagery. Any more than that, and you're getting all a bit muddled, a bit confused. It's not something that people are going to take the time to stop and read. You just got to make it look interesting to get people to read the post. And also make sure there's good contrast for your font, between your font and the background. The worst thing that I see when I'm scrolling through is when people use lovely background images and they drop the text over and the text is too small and you can't see anything. Literally, the background is fighting with the foreground and it's all a big mess, and scroll on, not looking at that. To help, maybe have the background image, drop a block of your brand color over the image and drop the opacity, so maybe 25%, so you can see the image, but the block of color then makes the font, the text layer, really jump off that background so people can read it. Because there's nothing worse than text over an image and you just can't read it. Looks ridiculous. No point. My next point is to include your logo on your posts, on those images. Again, it's the whole thing about familiarity and recognition. If you can keep popping your logo on there, keep popping it in the bottom right-hand corner or the top left-hand corner, or wherever you want to put it, but consistently get that image on there, get that logo on there and out there, because it's representing you, it's representing your company. Same goes for the content. What are you about? What are you famous for? You can talk about this and that and whatever, but actually people need to understand who you are and what you do. So keep the content interesting. Use that motivational quote sometimes. Use the testimonials, use the infographics, use the lovely images, use the behind the scenes videos or whatever it is you're using. So the content is different, but the subject is the same, the theme is the same. So that thing that you're about, keep it in there, keep that in the mix of what you're saying, because your messages across every platform need to reinforce who you are, what you do and who you do it for. Use templates to help you be consistent with the way that your posts look. I can help you with that. In fact, if you're stuck and you want a template, come and see me. I can create that for you in Canva, in PowerPoint, whatever. But make your posts creative, make them look eye-catching and interesting. But the biggest thing of all, just keep it simple. Just keep it simple so that it's clear, it's easily legible, and it looks nice, it looks good, it's attention grabbing enough. I hope that helps. If you want an infographic also, come and see me. If not, I'll see you next week anyway.